Okay, and I got Glenda down there for that right there. All right, how'd that bill thing look? Glentisha, did it
It
look
looks
good?
awesome. It's not even 100,000. It's great.
Just our
Normal thing.
IT stuff.
Yeah.
Here it is right here.
And our deputies.
That's the one. That's the 68,307?
Yeah, very good.
Is Heather here? Is Heather in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me for 1 second, I want to ask her about something.
Watch that.
No more concussions.
No more concussions, no more broken, fractured bones. Enough is enough. Okay.
Do they make real life bubble suits?
Well, you know, Robbie sent me one. He sent like a meme of somebody. So,
Of course.
yeah, I was like, yep, that's what I need.
Here comes the man.
We will be getting an updated version here in just a little bit on the bill schedule. We received a couple of invoices from the accountant, and apparently he forgot to copy Jaleesa. So they're going to add it in and give us an updated version. So it'll be slightly more than what it is. Not terribly more, but it'll be a little bit more.
All right.
Okay.
I think we're almost out of ink.
Yeah, perhaps.
If you need another one, we'll get more. All right, let's see here. On Mayor's report, what we're going to have here is Eric's going to talk about some stuff. You want to go ahead and talk about some of this now? So he's got some technology stuff, and he stay close to the front when you're up here, because he's also got several options under this new business stuff, so we will be looking at. While he's coming forward, under new business, the resolution concerning the amendment to the 2018 annexation agreement, we already passed that resolution back in June, and it includes the language that specifically we needed to have regarding engineering changes, working with the engineering firm. So the authorization was already given by the council, so I can just go ahead and move forward on that. So we were basically holding back on that. Mr. Gilmer is interested in getting the timeline together, because he wants to start construction and have that coincide along with the water installation. That way he doesn't have a building sitting over there with no water, and we don't have a water line sitting around with no building. So now we can get that done. But the engineering firm will be adding in the section for the actual water installation down there on that, which we've already mentioned to those guys. So we will strike that from the agenda.
Are you ready, Mr. Mayor?
I am.
First, we'll touch on Veterans Day. Y'all know it's not too far away. It's November 11th, so I'm a planner. We need to set a budget for the food and and we've got some suggestions for the promotional items that I'm passing down to you for there. Last year we spent $1,200 for the food from Charlie B's. We topped it off with about I don't know, we had about 350 of incidentals, tea and drinks and cups, et cetera, silver. Plus we got dessert from another location, banana pudding. They all loved it. So I'm asking you to set a budget for the food at $2,000. The entertainment, we did not secure entertainment our suggestion for this year, and I need some assistance with this, is I thought we would get a speaker, someone to give and we would play music in the interim, but maybe someone along the lines of maybe Commissioner Knight or somebody that can give us a nice. And now there's a lot of Veterans Day. Birmingham's has one of the largest Veterans Day parade and promotion in the country. So I'm looking for ideas and somebody that you might suggest. Or I'm throwing that back in your lap. Let's put it that way for the entertainment type thing. But I think a speaker would be, appropriate. Could be local flavor. Doesn't necessarily have to be. If you understand what I'm asking for. So. And I'm not so positive that, speaking to other people, that they had to have the military background, more of a, you don't necessarily have to have the military background to respect and admire the contributions that were made by our veterans, that are made by our veterans. So, with that being said, I need some assistance with that. You'll see what I have there in front of you. We have, at different points, we have given out coffee mugs. Last year we had umbrellas and ball caps. So this is a 12-ounce mug type of sorts. It's nothing, not the big kind, but more of a coffee cup size. That'll have our logo on it, city logo. The little notepad. Marie called them journals, but it's a little pocket notepad with a pen that most people like. The brown bags, of course, these will all have our logo, the city logo on it. The brown paper bags we can use at different for whatever occasion, but we're going to get some coffee from our local Parking Bee and put coffee in there as well. So they'll have the nice little promotional bag to give out as I've been instructed. All right, so I'm looking for that direction. Now we go to the Christmas parade, if you don't mind.
So
Our
you
favorite.
would need about the 16
yes, sir,
1683. So basically, then you need about a $4,000 budget, Eric?
I
Sound
think
right?
so, yeah. You see the cost, that was 1683, 36, that's with shipping. And that was just her putting that feeler out. When I call the order in, they usually give us a better rate, but
Okay.
of course, it is tax exempt, as you see. I think that.
So that, if we were at 4,000, but that wouldn't leave anything if we needed any honorarium.
Let's go.
We did 5
I was
last
thinking
year.
5,000, that's exactly what we said last year, was $5,000. We sure did. So that would give us for any incidentals and anything that might
Right.
come up.
Increase in food cost, whatever.
That's
might,
correct.
you know,
That's correct.
Stumble across, that's fine.
New refrigerator.
And you talked about a speaker. I think that would be good to get a good speaker. And I don't have any problem with the one you mentioned with the guy from Birmingham.
Yeah, Joe Knight, he's a
Joe Knight,
Jefferson County Commissioner. I'm not sure that he's available. I don't know that, but the reason I said something about Birmingham was that Birmingham does have one of the largest Veterans Day programs, parades in the country. So a lot of dignitaries, maybe him, may be tied up with that. Don't know, but I'm not. I don't want to hang our hat on Mr. Knight.
I have a couple ideas
Okay.
in that vein that might,
Perfect.
Yeah, I do.
Perfect.
I
That's
do
why I
as
threw it
well.
back to you guys.
Yeah,
I
We
figured-
probably have a couple of the
Yeah.
same ideas. as a matter
Okay,
of fact.
great. So let's go to the Christmas parade. December 5th at 6 p.m. is what we have tentatively pegged. It's a Friday night. We've checked with our other municipalities, and I had a list here that said who was in and who was out. There's no conflicts. Irondale is the only conflict, which is not a conflict for us. They have a night parade at that time. Gardendale's the next week, blah, blah, blah. All the others are at different times, Aniana and all that, because we are inviting Southeastern's band again. I think they enjoyed it. That was a great, we've got a couple of, these are our suggestions for the theme. 'Tis the season. Now, what I've got here is some, let me give those to you, Pat, too. Sorry. So you can look and I need some direction there, okay? 'Tis the season is a separate one. We were gonna try to stay away from the grants. We've done it a couple of times in the last 5 years. So, these were all ideas for the thing. Just take one packet and then hand it down.
Yes, sir.
It would start at 6. the tree lighting would follow. We'd take our same route that we have established the last 3 years. The same gathering place down there at the Bicentennial Park entry. We've kind of oiled our machine down there. We've refined our process. I just need you to decide two things. The theme, of course, and those are just examples that we had picked out because I needed to know when they threw these at me. I said, well, how do you decorate a float for that? What's the competition? You know, because my judges here that may need, you know, they may need to. We need to have a little idea, but 'Tis the Season is really a good one if you want to look at it because it can be used in several different manners, different directions with the different organizations that participate in our parade. So looking for guidance from you guys for that. Tree lighting will follow. And if you wanted something besides just music, and we have put up the screen before and played Christmas movies, but normally we just play music, Christmas music there, and then we have the tree lighting. If you wanted something else besides that, maybe I need some direction there too. Okay. I'm leaving all this in your hat now, so y'all gonna have to give me answers before it's all over. Now, I need some real business here. Well, the other stuff is business, but this is real business. So I think I told you guys about we needed to have our parking lot striped, and we need some repair work done at Palmerdale. I mean at Bicentennial Park with the track. So these are Campbell's. I'll ask you to do the same thing here. One of each. Pass them down.
It was like frosted, but it was very similar.
What you have is a seal and striping quote from Campbell's, our local contractor. Bicentennial, there's a bunch of repair for that track where it's washed out around it, plus sealing and restriping the parking lots. So that's a pretty good ticket item there, so which is under the maximum, of course, of that. And then the seal and striping of the rock school is there as well. $14,800 he wants for the rock school, and then the repairs. It's quite a bit of work there at Bicentennial Park, but that's $39,500. We have adequate room in our budget to cover that, and that's pretty much maintenance, upkeep. So, but just want to make sure that I threw it
Is
out
that
there.
his portion or is that the asphalt too?
That's his portion. It should be our asphalt too. He equated it in there because it's just patchwork. It's
But-
it's just sealing.
But as usual, we'll pay direct through PACA and save a little money.
We do, but we don't, there's really not a lot there to buy. He's talking about, if you look at that patch, it's 500 square feet. That's not he's got a minimal amount, so it's not even enough to.
More labor?
Yes,
More prep and
yes,
labor?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, next thing I need to go over is the system migration. I sent everybody an email in regards to the fact that we had an in-house server. I think we've discussed this a few times now, that has reached its life expectancy. The quote to replace that and to reload all that was in the $15,000 range plus maintenance every year. The question came up from the mayor months back whether we needed a in-house server like that, because we don't have anything that operated on the server itself anymore, which we don't. But what our server does do, and I'll rely on Councilor Walker to back me up here, is that our DHCP is derived from this. Can you give a better explanation before I put my foot in my...
So the addresses that your computers get on the network come from the server that's here locally. There are a couple of ways to manage that with going forward without the server here. So that's what a lot of this is about.
Yep. So the reason I want you to be up to speed with it is because you all, some of you may have email. I know you all have email, but on Friday at 4:30, that system will go down. So it doesn't prevent any phone calls. It won't prevent any, but it will prevent access to the shared drive, the shared server. Okay, the information. That's it. But what it does do also is that on Monday, all the systems have to be rebooted, restarted, to reach out and get that new DHCP address, right? So I've instructed everybody to shut them all down. I'll be in Saturday to test. They don't want to wait till, not even Sunday afternoon. I couldn't get them to wait till Sunday afternoon. I said, Saturday is in Alabama, football. Didn't work. So anyway, we'll make sure, should have no effect on our credit card processing. I've asked those questions. I was worried about Park and Rec processing credit cards, but we don't have a home game this time. All that's, and I have given you a handout. I won't bore you with more paperwork here. But I want to make sure you were fully aware. And the backup of all of our files, there'll be a hard drive backup. There'll be which is a separate drive that we'll store in the secure file room. We'll also keep that particular tower. It's a tower. That's what that server is. We will maintain that. No information will be removed from it. It's all being backed up to the cloud. So now everything will be through a tunnel. Help me again, Mr. Walker. So that it's really more secure, if you want to know the truth, for us to be able to, and we'll be able to access it easier at remote sites. It won't require so much. We'll still have a VPN. We still issue VPNs to make sure that we keep it secure. But anyway, we're not losing any data, period. And if we ever needed to go back to the old financial software, we could not use it until we paid to reactivate that particular license. That's right. So everything has been loaded into the new tower software as far back as 11 or maybe 12. So that's plenty of data that's been stored. The last thing I need to talk to you about, and this one you're going to need paperwork, is so it's time to, as y'all remember, Mr. Sanders may be the only one that isn't up to speed with all this, but when we embarked on this with the money that the federal government blessed all of us with, we were able to create a managed network so that all of our facilities had internet access. Some of them didn't have phone at all. So the project enabled us to bring that to every location, all of our facilities, and but with that we had to have a firewall, because if you can access the internet, they can also access you. So we had to have a firewall. So the way that the system was built, we have a managed network. So the firewall is here. The internet is dispersed. Help me again when I say it wrong, Mr. Walker, but I'm going to try my best to explain it. We dispersed the internet to the other sites. It allowed us to go to those other sites and be able to access that secure server from those other sites, but it also eliminated the fact that we had to have 5 firewalls at each location, or 1 for each different location. Now, we have been wrestling with the fact that we need to upgrade our service equipment, okay, because they're outdated and this stuff changes pretty quick. And we've had trouble with our bandwidth not being able to handle some of the flow since we have we acquired that grant to provide free internet access to businesses out in the public here. So that also took away from our bandwidth, and none of that was taken. We didn't build that into that system when we installed it. Okay, we didn't know we were going to provide thousands of users, and it's not the users. It's when Mr. Black is watching YouTube and he's watching YouTube and they're watching YouTube all out here on our free internet, and it zaps the bandwidth. Okay, so through our Clearwinds IT company and Spectrum, they've come up with this proposal to reestablish, and I've worked with Councilor Walker, if you don't know, that's what his expertise is, his field of expertise is. So I've enlisted him in some of this banter. But what I have for you is the proposed changes. Now, I'm pretty settled that we go with this, stay with what we have because of the cost. It's going to go up a whopping $40 a month, but it increases our bandwidth tenfold. So here, another band of paper, and I'm going to hand you these so that no one.
And what you're gonna see is a comparison of the two. The little chart's just a pretty little picture, but these are all numbers. The pertinent information is on the second page. I'm sorry, yeah, I thought this stuff was. In the bottom line, if you'll look on that page of the graph, you will see that it tells what we're paying now, and it tells what we're going to. You'll see an increase if you notice the current invoice rate, if you see that on that little graph. In the middle of all this, again, one of those things that you don't build into, don't know you're going to have, is that when we first started, the system was set up to handle 200 clients, okay, 200 clients. So when we first started this, who knew that we were going to have 200 clients plus 400 clients plus, so we ended up having to buy a new Meraki to handle, or I believe that's right, to handle the more client base. So actually, we've got half of the equipment already purchased. So that's why that increase, you'll see it where it says, the contract that was signed was in $3,699 a month, and it went to $3,834 a month. And the new increase for the new and the bandwidth doubles, almost triples, is $3,880. So we're actually going up, what is that, $46 a month? That all to tell you that I want to make sure that you're fully aware of what we're doing. All this was budgeted for. We're not out of our budget range. Everything was planned for. This is just another cog in the wheel, if you don't know the truth. But the system is, we've been having issues, and they've had trouble with our phones, and they're all related to this problem here. And again, if I don't understand it, I don't know. I get the people that do, and Mr. Walker is an excellent resource. Counselor Walker was, and he helped me decipher through all this. So, you know your limits. You make sure if you don't know your limits, you need to make sure you can recognize them when you do. But anyway, I think I want to make you guys aware of that, to show it to you. If there's any questions about all this and any input, you can wait till the meeting. I didn't want to bore you with too much, but I need some, and the last thing you need to do is set a turn pence and pink day. Sorry, went the full gamut for you. And normally that would be the second meeting in October. I think it's the 16th, is that right? Is that correct? So, if you will put all that down. Have y'all got any questions about any of this that I've thrown at you real quick? And
Stay close, because we're.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just one. So I know we've had several conversations on this. This keeps things basically the same, where everybody's still getting their
Yes, sir.
internet through here.
Yeah.
We maintain that firewall. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we were-
discussed the pros and cons about that, and yes, it would be probably safer, but much more expensive for us. The firewalls at each location and the maintenance of those was going to add about another $1,000 a month to that, $500 to $800 a month, not counting the cost of the equipment. I didn't think it was, to be honest with you. I think we're in pretty good shape now, and with the proper oversight, we're not vulnerable. And since we're moving everything's moved to the cloud anyway, it's really I'm comfortable with it. I mean, if you're not, I trust your judgment more.
No, I think both options we had were viable options.
We didn't have a price
The
for
one
that.
question we had was about your cameras and access control for all our sites. So I think maintaining this for now and seeing how we go forward. It's easy to adjust the internet speed
Yep.
here so that all the other sites can utilize it. So that's the easiest thing to do. We have one firewall, we have one central point of control or management that we can control the traffic if we have to, if there's any sort of intrusion or anything like
Yep.
that. So I think that's our best option for now. It's definitely the least expensive.
And I did forget to mention that about the access control. The lynch of that access control is that we had to bring it back here, it's sent back to mobile access through this server here, or this, this firewall. We had to open a port. So it's important that was going to be an equation that we were going to have to navigate. Again, we've talked about that. So, if you don't know, that access control that we have, the camera system, all that was paid for by federal funds. So it was nothing that we pulled out of our operating expenses. This was all money that was kind of contributed through the federal government. But they were brilliant ideas by the former mayor, and a lot of cities don't have that. We are cutting edge when it comes to these things. I promise you, is when you tell people that the different facets of our operation that we have in place, a lot of places don't have this. Now they all have access control on the building, but for me to pick my phone up and lock and unlock, lock down the whole city with a mash of a button, we can lock every door and nobody can get in without, I guess busting doors down. But that's really cool though. It is. It's a great asset for, especially with our limited staff. When it comes time to make sure things are open and closed, gates, contractors coming and going. So, okay. Anything else?
You
So,
did a good job.
in that wheelhouse there, so basically, things will be functioning very similar to what they were. The difference was we basically had a bottleneck because of this data thing, and the problem was that it would then tend to be erratic. And so like we wouldn't know when the heavy load was happening, so
Right.
you might be rocking along and then all of a sudden the phones start acting wonky, or
Yep.
for some strange reason, it seemed to always hit somewhere around council meeting times, because then the feed would go down and that sort of thing. So this is basically what the guys have been working on for quite some time.
Yeah, the other option was to distribute that out to each site, and again, that would have been more expensive hardware-wise, not necessarily the service-wise, but
Yeah.
hardware would have been more
This
expensive.
system we
to do that.
have here actually reminds me a lot of the one that the library has, because they basically run their system through the
Central
central
office.
library downtown, and then they have individual lines running out to each one of the 40 different locations around the county. So, and I say that, a couple of the bigger libraries like Hoover and them may be actually doing their own thing, but for the most part, all of them run through there first. Hence the reason why they won't let us piggyback our phones onto their system, because it runs back down through downtown. So we're in good company as far as other folks doing the same type thing, so.
I think so too.
All right, so let's run back through this here. We got a few minutes here, and let's run back through everything that Eric's sent our way. Eric, when could they do this internet scenario thing here? When
We
would
just have
they-
to sign the contract. It's one of those, they'll outfit us, it'll probably done within 30 days, 60 days, I would think maximum, but I didn't get a time
If we
frame.
if we were go ahead and move on this, we'd go ahead and get it fixed, and then
Yeah,
it would,
right.
again, our problems would begin to
Yeah,
disappear.
help us resolve the issues that we have with the, as we call it, the free internet that we supply. We've run into trouble, and that was a big goal last year, was to make sure we had that brought out there for the public to use during the Butterbean. And, of course, businesses can access this from any of these locations, and kids, anyone that comes to the parks, because it's at 4 locations. It's at Triangle Park, Rock School, this whole city center. It's at Bicentennial Park, it's at the Pinson Youth Sport Complex, and it's at Palmerdale. So, we didn't experience many issues at Palmerdale. Youth Sport Complex a little bit when there was a lot of activity, and then, of course, here was a nightmare, and Bicentennial was giving us a lot of trouble.
Can we go ahead and get the contract over to Mr. Black for review?
Yeah, it's a renewal for what we signed, but I'll
okay.
absolutely get it
Okay.
to him and make sure he goes over it with a fine-tooth comb. And but I wanted to get your rubber stamp before I made him go to legal from there. So, but,
I'll yield to Brad. If Brad's good,
No,
I'm
yeah,
good.
I'm good with it. Yeah, I think that's our best option.
overall, the cost is $40 more a month.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I mean, whatever it is, 43, 46. So I think it'll solve a lot of my heartache.
Okay.
I promise you.
All right, so what we're gonna do then, if it's agreeable to everybody, we'll have to get unanimous consent, but I'm gonna go ahead and put back in here resolution, Brad, if you'll do it, authorizing me to get with Mr. Black and sign the contract, but basically authorize this proposal for the new amount there with Spectrum. So-
And that's really technically a renewal, correct?
It is correct,
All right.
yeah.
So-
They're changing our services, but they're giving us more for
Yeah.
less. If you
But
know, if you
Mr.
look at
Black's
that.
probably already reviewed it in
If
prior
you,
time.
if
but-
you read through there, you'll see how much that we're
Yeah.
getting more for less money,
Yeah,
particularly here.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll let you come up with the verbiage you want to use in your proposal. All right, let's see here. Let's go through here. Does anyone have any issue with the Breast Cancer Awareness Day being would be the second meeting, or it'd be the same day as the second council meeting in October, on the 16th of October?
Paint,
Does that sound
pence
good?
and pink.
That would be paint, pence and pink. Who would like to offer that?
I will.
All right,
260.
all right. Next, we've got the Veterans Day lunch. We've asked for a $5,000 budget there for this thing, and he's explained to you the menu and all, so
I'll take it.
you're going to be on a roll here now. All right.
Just put me down for the Christmas parade as well. Just makes sense.
All right, okay,
Get
but
all
on the
at once.
Christmas parade, did anybody, and I don't know if somebody ended up with extra copies, but by the time I passed down, we were shy on the.
Yeah, I just need I need a,
That's.
oh heck, now
Okay, did
I'm
you-
at a loss.
Did everybody get a
A
tis the
theme, I
season
need
to
a
be
theme,
jolly?
sorry.
I've reviewed them, we're good.
I think I got everything
We're
but
good.
Grinch,
Okay,
but
so.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
We got a few minutes here to discuss. Did somebody have what's y'all's thoughts on which one of the themes we should go with?
I love the Grinch.
Didn't we do
I
that?
didn't
We
mean,
did like
I didn't
2 or 3
mean, I
years
did
ago.
not mean to include that one,
It's
sorry.
okay. You did.
No, it was
It's
not.
time to run it back.
Didn't we do Grinch?
We have done,
did it
we have
like 2
done it a
years
couple of
ago.
times,
Yeah, we've done it a
yeah.
couple of times over the years.
I prefer, my two leanings are Winter Wonderland, was that one of them, and then,
Tis the Season.
Tis the Season,
Yeah.
yeah. Gingerbread's cool too, but
Now,
I think
the
those
Grinch
two.
can't appear in either one of those.
There's a lot of versatility, in Tis the Season, okay? So it gives our contestants ample opportunity to be
Right.
creative, let's just say.
That's fine. I'm okay with it.
I am too.
Yeah, that can be interpreted a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
The season for the
Almost a
Grinch
wild
or
card.
for
Yeah.
Stuck on the Grinch. right?
Okay,
Well, I'm just trying to.
Trying to give Clint Eastwood.
that's fine.
We just want to be able to get it out, and put out our flyers and put it on the website and make sure that,
Start getting ideas.
yes, ma'am, that's right.
Okay.
So you're okay with Tis the Season, you guys? You sure?
Tis the Season.
Do we need unanimous consent to consider here? No.
No, that was on the, oh, yeah, that was on the agenda.
You okay with it, John?
Yes.
Okay, John's okay.
All right, Clentisha, you wanted to offer it also?
Sure.
Yeah, you're not gonna slide in and.
Don't slide in the graves.
You might want to get somebody else put this forward, otherwise we may end up having to.
The day and time,
rearrange the
and a
Grinch.
backup day would be the Monday, okay?
Okay.
In case of weather.
Okay, I
Remember
was
that.
curious about
So,
that.
yeah, that was our thoughts. That way, if they had a
Great.
float prepared, that maybe they could survive through the weekend but,
All right. We'll trust Clentisha or we'll let the wrestling
Yeah.
start at
And
that
you
point.
said December 5th at 6 p.m., right?
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Tree lighting to follow.
And the veterans.
Okay, what about on the parking lot stuff, guys?
And if you want to pass that on next week, that's fine too, or next meeting. I just need to get it out there to you. He gave them to me, I don't want to be sure and presenting them to you, so I don't want to bog you down with too
Well-
much in one meeting, so.
They need to be done because the reality is that both of them need service. The longer we wait,
Yep.
we're gonna risk having to have the things completely.
I'll offer if y'all are good with consent.
Yeah.
Okay, what order?
We'll put that right after the Spectrum Internet. So,
Okay.
What was the thing, the Veterans
You're gonna
Day?
do,
It's on the 11th.
Okay, we're gonna have it on the 11th.
Yeah, and that was just, and it'll be on the 11th, and it'll be at 11 to 1 is usually about what we shoot for.
Right. Okay, got it.
Does that make sense? Is that right? Have they got the time right? 11 to 1? Okay.
Yeah.
So
you wanna combine the two?
I'll just
together?
combine the two for the 54-3, and then we
Okay.
can do one consent, if that's okay. And you'll just have to call on me. I think our notes are a little different on order, so just.
Okay.
if-
When you hear your name,
That's
and you
right,
recognize it,
exactly.
please jump forward. Let's see here. I'm gonna call it the parking lot ceiling. and
That's fine.
striping. Okay, all right. Okay, good. All right, Mr. Sanders, you also had something concerning the Pride of the Valley band
Yes,
competition.
just in consistent with recent years, I'll go ahead and offer the motion for the city to provide public safety as well as public works assistance at the high school for Pride of the Valley this year.
And
As
to let
usual.
everyone know, we included that in the budget this year for that to be able to be covered. So it's in the,
Yep.
oh, yeah, I said it. So I'm gonna put you down as offering that.
Right. And let's get the Main Street if you skipped over that.
Yes, okay. And we also have a resolution concerning property at the 4397 Main Street.
I can do that one.
All right.
Okay. Brad's got Main Street property. Okay. Chris wanted me to mention, and I'll mention it up here in the mayor's report, the high school homecoming game will be on, what's the date again, Chris?
Saturday 18th at 1 o'clock,
18th of,
September,
okay.
2 weeks.
That is the same day as the game? It's not?
I do not know that. I do not think so, but they called.
What day of the week is the 18th on?
They informed me yesterday that it was Thursday.
I think that's the Thursday before,
So the day before?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. But that is the evening, I believe Rudd has theirs is that night.
Okay.
But I believe that's the day before the high schools.
And so that parade will begin at what time?
1,
1 o'clock. All right. And so where are they going to marshal from this time?
high school, Rudd.
Okay. So they're going to go down Rudd School Road and then turn around and come back up? or-
We've done the last
Okay.
3 years. They went down in the band play for the middle school, and then come back out.
All right, we're going to announce this tonight so that these people, when they call in and say, I got caught in this big traffic jam and it's on Thursday, the 18th, about 1 to 2 o'clock, they're going to, we warned them
Hey,
in advance.
Council day too?
But that's at night.
Okay then, okay.
All
Yeah, that'd be-
right.
That'd be at night.
I think that was everything.
I believe so.
Okay. Yep. We will take about 2 minutes here, 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll start up. That's good with everybody. To welcome everyone to the September 4th meeting of the Pinson City Council. I would like to call this meeting to order at this time. I would ask that you please rise for the invocation, followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. If you have electronic devices that make noise, please silence them at this time. Let's pray. Father, we thank you very much for this day and for allowing us to be able to serve you. We just thank you, Father, for the many blessings that you've given us here in the city of Pinson. We ask, Father, that you would continue to watch over us, protect our first responders and our school teachers and the staff here and all our citizens, Father. We just ask that you would continue to watch over them. Father, we ask for your wisdom tonight as we discuss the people's business. We would ask that you would continue to lead us in our daily lives. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, can we have the roll call, please?
Counselor Irvin. Here. Counselor Walker.
Here.
Counselor Sanders.
Here.
Counselor Churchwell.
Here.
Counselor Kirkland.
Here.
Mayor Roberts.
Here. Excellent. So, we may have we have two special guests tonight, potentially, but the first one that's on the agenda we will come back to should they arrive. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to suspend the minutes for a little while for Mr. Dawson Horton of Borland Benefield. Dawson, it's great to see you again. We appreciate you coming in here tonight to, I know you've had this done for a little bit, but it's been an exciting summer around here, so I know folks are interested in seeing what kind of progress has been made here in the city of Pinson over the last 12 months. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, it's great to be back with y'all. I've been leading the audit for Borland Benefield here for the past several years, and you have the June 2024 year-end financial statements and a couple standard communication letters at the conclusion of the audit. So I think we'll start, these numbers are a little stale, but we'll start kind of running through the numbers kind of in the audit report, and then we'll kind of wrap up with those letters and kind of some of the results of the audit, if that works for everybody.
Sounds good.
Very good. Okay.
Just keep us posted on what page you're on.
That's right. Pages 1 through 3 is your standard independent audit report. It is our opinion that these financials are fairly and accurately stated as of and for the year ended June 30, 2024. Standard opinion there, passing grade. And then 4 and 5 is the opinion required for governmental auditing standards. We did have one finding this year that is notated in this opinion, and we'll kind of wrap up with the details on the finding related to the adjustments we were required to post. But there was improvement versus some of the issues we had prior year that we're able to get cleaned up and in good shape for this year, so we did not have any repeats on that side. So we're going to focus most of our time in this next section. It's pages 6 through 10. It's your management's discussion and analysis. This is kind of the best way to give you a little year-over-year performance analysis, kind of how we performed in the year, kind of where we stand at this point, June 30, 2024 versus 23. So let's go to page 7. You'll see you have a little summarized balance sheet or statement of net position, as we call it in governmental financial statements. And kind of right off the top, you can see the growth in our assets, the growth in cash that was, always a positive sign year over year, and increases in our capital assets. And we'll kind of detail some of the additions we had this year here in a couple pages. But really positive growth in our assets year over year. On the bottom side, also good to see the decline of the liability balances. The majority of that current liability reduction is from a auditing standpoint and for your federal awards. We did expend the remainder of our ARP money. I know that, as far where the way the grant works is you're allowed to kind of we use it to kind of reimburse it ourselves for some expenses we had already incurred. So it's essentially, as far as the way the money went, we just kind of transferred it out of a restricted account back into our operations. But from an audit perspective, it is fully expended as of June 30, 2024, and you'll see that revenue come in on the next page. But until it's spent, it's included as deferred revenue as a current liability. So that's about 500,000 of that in that 700,000 reduction is from the ARP. On the bottom side, always a positive sign to see the continued reduction of our long-term debt, no issues making our payments, and still very the debt in very good shape as far as interest rate. Some cheap debt that we're paying down over the years. So. Outside of that, on the bottom, you can see unrestricted net position of just over 2.1 million. That represents an estimated about 6.5 months of operating reserves on hand. They recommend having at least 3, so you can see we're in really good financial position, having at least an estimated 6.5 months of reserves in good financial position at the end of the year. Okay, let's flip one page to page 8. Kind of have a little summarized revenue and expenses for the year. You can see a little decline in the sales taxes. This was the period of the transition period from Winn-Dixie to Aldi, so we had a few months of the transition period there. As well as I think it was just some timing at the end of the year that generated some of that decrease that has rebounded into the subsequent year end. So outside of that, you can see some increases really across the board there for some of the other taxes. Grant programs, you can see that's the majority of that coming from the ARP revenue this year, as well as that Innovate Alabama grant that we got. The first kind of wave of it came in this period to help us with the citywide Wi-Fi. Outside of that, yes, another positive year for our income or revenue for the city. On the bottom half, you can see overall expenses came down almost 300,000. I think we had some one-time repairs and maintenance related expenses at City Hall and some IT, in our IT costs. A lot of the Tyler costs were hit on the early, and now we're just back to an annual basis. So that's some of the reduction you see in the general government expenses. Outside of that, a lot of that's kind of in line with the previous year, and a decline in our special appropriations. I think because maybe of the timing of our the fire district payments. You can see always positive to have be able to manage our expenses well, stay within the budget, our budgeted expectations, and manage our expenses well. So. Outside of that, maybe we'll flip to page 10 and kind of give you a little rundown of the capital asset activity in the given year. You can see there's a little graph there that gives you kind of a little scale of where our capital expenditures have been over the past 5 years. The bulk of it coming in 2022 was a lot of our ARP spending on the front end, some of those ADA improvements, and a lot of updating our facilities in 22. And we've continued that progress over the past few years. Just over $800,000 in capital investments this year. Some of those including roofing replacement and some interior renovations at the Rock School. We got a skid steer and the beginning of that citywide Wi-Fi installation project. So a lot of good investment back in our city and investing back in our facilities over the past 5 years, you can see from these numbers. So, and then the debt totals there at the very bottom, outstanding at just over 1.9 million and 161,000 due in fiscal year 2025. So pages 12 and 13 kind of just give you the full rundown of the financial statements that we just went over. You can kind of glance at on page 12, you can see the separation between our restricted cash and our unrestricted cash of unrestricted at about 2.5, restricted at a little over 1.1. Restricted cash primarily being held in some of those our gas funds, road tax funds, those types that have specific usage. requirements. But, nice to have that available to us, for, whenever the time comes we need for road or road type repairs and such. And you can see pretty straightforward on the liability side. We'll touch on the net pension liability here in the notes, but at $250,000 is really almost a nominal number versus some other cities. It's really in a good space for that at that level. The main thing as it relates to that is, can we make our employee benefit contributions each year without any issue? And of course, we haven't had many issues in that regard. So. If you flip to page 14, this gives you the financial statements as you might see them in your monthly financial reports. Governmental fund financial statements, so this doesn't include any of your capital assets or your debt, long-term, basically just the cash in, cash out type of accounting as it relates for the fund accounting. And this is kind of, one of the hardest things and kind of what's generated some of the issues and the adjustments we've had is trying to get our fund accounting set up and balanced out between our funds, getting them, the right revenues recorded in the right bucket, making sure that, when we, if the money came in on one side, that it gets transferred over, or at least we make a, adjustment or a note that it is owed to that fund. Those, that's the hardest part of governmental accounting, and one of the things that's one of the primary issues that you come across from someone in my position is just balancing all of that activity for, when typically the general fund's kind of the dominant, run, everything going in and out of it. Tracking and making sure things are right in the right buckets, is the most difficult part of this, and that was one of the main things we had to work on adjusting as a part of this. So, the total non-major funds column there, you'll see the breakdown of that here at the end of the report as well. So outside of that, I guess as far as, there's a few more financial statements we've kind of already summarized in the MD&A. If we want to, we can flip to page 24, 24 and 25. 24 just gives you a good summarization of kind of our capital assets and the activity in the given year, kind of where we stand as far as what we've invested, net of depreciation. Just over 10 million net. And page 25 gives you a good look at, kind of the activity on the long-term debt, and then a schedule there at the bottom that kind of breaks down what are, our future maturities and what's required for us to be paid over the next, for the life of the loan. Interest at 2%, which is terrific.
Those were the good old days.
That's right. I won't touch on this too long, just make sure no one goes to sleep on me. This page 31 is the pension note. Just like to touch on this a little bit. RSA reports on a September 30th year end. So we're always looking at it a little bit in arrears. So these are the balance as of September 30th, 2023. We kind of expected a little bit decrease. We did get a little bit of a decrease this year. You can see it going from 289 to 250. The way we describe this is that, that first column on the far left side takes into account all of your employees, all your past employees that we may be still paying out, and all the actuarial evaluations. How old are you now? How long do men live? How long do women live? All of the plug-ins that go into it. And this is the total liability that we're going to have to fund to be able to pay their pension. That middle column is what we've funded already. That might as well be our bank account. And you can kind of see where the contributions and net investment income coming into that. And then it gives you this net number that we are required to put on the balance sheet. You can see the investment income in this year is one of the main things that helped generate that decrease. And the numbers are out for 9/30/24, and we expect them to be down further, or this liability to be lower as well. So good investment performance in RSA for 2024 as well. So this number should come down again next year. Okay, if you want to take a look at page 37 at the back of the report, it does give you the kind of the breakdown of all of the other funds that we are maintaining in the Tyler New World system that were combined into that non-major governmental fund. So the 456 fund is a major fund and presents on the front of this financial statements based on the amount of assets it holds at the end of the year. And these are the remaining funds: your 7-2, your miscellaneous road, Rebuild Alabama, capital projects, and a debt service fund. So whether it be making sure that our debt service activity gets recorded in the debt service fund, like the warrants require us, or making sure that the 7-2 tax proceeds, those all get deposited by Jeffco into our general fund, making sure those make it over, or that we at least reflect that it's owed back to that 7-2 fund. Same with the miscellaneous road tax and the capital projects fund. A lot of these are being direct deposited into one account that needs to be separated out. And that's some of the hardest part about this, is just making sure it gets to the right spot. And the final page, page 39, gives you the synopsis of the finding, which was just the amount of adjustments required to, primary thing is, well, we got behind on our bank reconciliation process, and when you get behind, it's so hard to fight your way back to getting caught up, and then if you're in that process, it felt like, if we can't get it right in the system, it's hard to tell what you're missing. Did we miss a transaction, or did we post a transaction twice? When you're fighting from behind, it's so much harder to be able to identify that. So one of the main things this year was trying to go back through, figure out what was missing, what was not missing, was things duplicated. At the end of the day, we're able to verify revenue, as far as tax revenue, we can verify that with the people remitting it to us pretty accurately and pretty clearly, whether it be from the state or whether it be from the county, someone's gonna be able to tell us kind of what those numbers are. From there, it's all about, okay, we feel good about the revenue, let's test some of the business licenses, see how we think about that and how we feel about those line items. We test expenses heavily, making sure things are going to the right, right GL account, right department. Payroll, we're testing heavily too. So really, after that, it gets down to, kind of whittling out where does it flush out, basically. So that was one of the main things we were working on in that first week we were here. And then outside of that, some of the accounts that required corrections were for these interfund payables, receivables, as well as just making sure our true AP function was working correctly as well. So, like I said, none of these are issues that aren't fixable. This is all things we can overcome, and I think we were getting pretty close to it here into 2025 as well. So, improvement is something that's attainable, and it feels like we can get past all this. We get caught up and get a good process in on our monthly month-end procedures, and feels like we won't have this finding in there going forward. So a couple letters there in front of you. There's a 3-pager that's stapled together. That's the standard communications with those at the conclusion of an audit. You'll see on the front page, one of the things we're required to do is to communicate what we see as, significant risks. That's one of the main things we're required to communicate. There's 2 bullet points there on the bottom of the page. Those 2 items are the standard significant risks for almost every entity, whether it be a for-profit or nonprofit governmental entity. Standard boilerplate ones, but the idea is that we can have controls in place and we can choose not to use them or choose to go around them. That's the first one. The other one is improper revenue recognition. So as it relates to those, we didn't have any issues as far as a significant risk, but we're just required to communicate what we identify when we go into the front end of the audit. Outside of that, you can see, no, we didn't have any difficulties with management. We didn't have any disagreements. We didn't have to consult any third parties. You can see the list of accounts that we had that were required to adjust that are bulleted there on page 2, I believe. I'm trying to think of the last few things. And there's the significant estimates built into the financials, which really aren't that many, depreciation being the main estimate in the financial statements. But those are all just standard communications at the conclusion of the audit. And the second page individual letter just kind of reiterates what's on page 39 here for the findings. No, we know we ask them a lot when we're, as an auditor, you know, we kind of wear out the staff by the end of it, and we really appreciate the patience and how much they work with us, and how courteous, you know, the staff is in working with us and trying to get things right and do things the right way. So it's always nice to work with the city.
So much improved is my summary, if that's a fair statement.
I would say so,
Okay.
yes.
So, a couple of the key things, of course, would be is that, and I know you worked with our new accountant, Kevin Wallace. Is he good?
Yes.
Okay. We've been very impressed with him here. The staff has too. He's been, and you guys helped us to find him, because finding someone who is experienced in doing this and bringing us out of the quagmire that we found ourselves in from the software change was quite a challenge, and we really appreciate the work that he has done working with the staff, and I know the staff is really appreciates everything that he's done on that. Again, people may be asking the question, okay, so this is 2025, it's September the 4th, this ended on June the 30th, 2024, so we're still over a year behind. In general, we usually shoot for about 6 months after the close of the year to be able to have it done, so we're still probably, well, y'all actually had this finished back earlier in the summer.
Yeah.
We're still probably about 6 months behind with that, but these guys were working basically from about the time I took office. They had to work quite hard to be able to still catch up this information that we have here. So they pretty much spent the next several months working on, with Kevin, working with you guys to get it all together. So the amount of progress that we made in that period of time was, again, hats off to the staff and to Kevin for making all that occur. They feel very good about this upcoming year. The information is a lot, like I say, we were having to learn the ropes, make the fixes, do some of the stuff that you're talking about in there. That's now occurring on a more regular basis, and as a result, we probably can get to the information a lot faster than what they have in the past. Perhaps we can actually get back to the standard schedule. So I know that's been the goal all along, was for us to get that cleaned on up. So,
Yeah, that's right. You know, the hardest thing is if we're on time, we're caught up and we're getting to look at financials, it's so much easier to even find something that maybe got placed in the wrong spot. You know, it's, you know, just being able to have another set of eyes, having the council, having everyone being able to review some time with financials, and I think, you know, like I said, that'll cut back on, you know, just easy, you know, mix-ups, you know, tenfold.
So in your single finding there you had there about the adjustment y'all had to make, we knew that was going to happen. Kevin told us to begin with that he said, hey, look, and they worked very hard. It was much worse when they started than what it was by the time you got here. But again, you know, you run through it over and over and over again, and since they were having to go back and actually make the repairs, it's tough to be able to, you could fix them a lot better on a month-by-month basis.
That's right.
And so as a result, he felt very pleased about the progress that they made, knowing that you guys would still find some in there, but hopefully, like I say, we're showing progress, and that's what counts.
Yes, sir.
So,
100%.
So, I've seen this, the staff has seen this, the council has not. I don't know what, you guys, I know it's a lot to digest in a single pass here, but I would ask if anyone has any questions, comments, or things y'all want to run past. This would be a great time to be able to ask about it.
I'm good.
Okay. So I normally ask for till the next meeting before we actually approve it from you guys, just because I don't think it's fair for people to be handed something and then say, vote on this. So, you know, you may have it. So if you guys are good with that, we'll approve this at the next meeting. Give everybody a chance to be able to look it over. Not that I think we're going to find things that you guys hadn't already caught. And the guy who normally is the one that causes trouble is me, so since I've already done it, then that's kind of helped that off the pass. So.
And they all have my contact information. Please feel free to call, email, if you do have any questions in between now and then, or, you know, anytime you need something, please feel free. You know.
We appreciate that. And your staff was very good. I know they come here and camp out there for a while. They kind of take over the council folks' offices and everything, and run up and down the hallways. We had a few operational things. It was very handy to be able to just step in and see you without having to go to your office. And so we appreciate them and the professional attitude and the way they were while they were working here, so.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, I'm going to reinstate those rules, and next we're going to go to Ms. Kirkland on some, we have 3 sets of minutes, I believe.
I know it, goodness. I would like to offer to approve and waive the reading of the minutes for August 2nd as written.
7.
7.
Second.
7, August 7th. Actually, I thought that's what I heard her say, so I'm not sure. I was
I'm
looking at
sorry,
the lettering on
August
there,
7th,
so,
yes.
yeah.
Can't we do all three?
Well, we just have it before we do it.
Gotcha.
I did hear a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving those as written, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So August the 7th is taken care of. Moving along to August 21.
Yes, I would like to offer a motion to approve the minutes for August 21st as written and waive the reading of the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second on that. Again, any questions, comments on that one? That was a little shorter. August 7th, I believe Marie had to take a breather during those. All in favor of the approval on the 21st version, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So those are approved, and I believe we have a special meeting from earlier this week.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for September 7th as written,
That's the
And wait-
second, this time is the second, so,
the 7th, or 2nd.
Second.
second.
Gosh, I wrote every one of them down wrong. September 2nd, and waive the reading of the minutes.
A second?
Second.
John's got the second on that. Any questions about that one? All in favor of approving those, say aye.
Aye.
So moved. So we now have all these minutes together. Next, Ms. Urban, on those bills, we did have an update to the bill schedule. I believe everyone in council got the new updated version, I believe, and someone would like, if anybody needs a copy, we can share that. It's a slight variation there. Interestingly enough, was Mr. Wallace's invoices were the ones we added in. So since we were speaking nice about him just a minute ago, I guess we should pay him.
I would like to offer a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $72,402.69.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Was there anything on there we needed? And I've seemed to have lost my copies here, so.
No, we paid our deputies for the month, and we also paid for our new internet, not internet provider, what's Clearwind?
IT provider.
IT provider.
Okay, any other questions, concerns, comments? All in favor of approving those bills, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We will go forward with those bills. I think I lost Marie, I think I've
What you need?
misinserted my copy of that, but we can get that after the meeting. Let's see here. This is what happens when you start looking for something, then you lose your agenda.
Here's mine, if you need it.
Well, I got some notes on that.
Okay.
Let me see where- it ended up on the bottom. Okay, next is the mayor's report. So one thing to, just a couple of quick items here. One is the high school homecoming parade will be at 1 o'clock on September the 18th, which we believe is a Thursday. It will begin at the Pinson Valley High School. It will march to Rudd Middle School, then on to Pinson Elementary. I'm not sure why Kermit Johnson's not on that schedule, guys. I just don't know how.
They bring them down. They bring them down.
Well, I mean, it's just would be quite a march. That's what I was thinking about. We could get that on there. So the good news is they will be transported into this area in order to keep it being a massive hike for that. I want to make sure everybody knows that it gets out, because we don't want to get any calls saying, I can't believe how bad the traffic was somewhere around 1 o'clock on the 18th. So you're being properly notified. Highway 75, Rudd School Road will be closed for periods during that time period. So again, we look forward to that. Football team, by the way, looked very good. They had a nice bounce back game last week. And so we're excited, and they're on the road tomorrow night up at Huffman. So we're hoping they continue their winning ways again this week. Also would like to announce that we do have an opening in the office of the revenue clerk. Ms. Jackie left us here a few weeks back, and we decided it would be wise, the folks have stepped up here to be able to cover things, especially Eric, working with Heather there to be able to cover things there. Just in light of the fact that we knew the election was coming up, and in case there was any transition or any changes, it would allow a incoming administration to be able to make adjustments and have input into any hires at that time. So again, Mr. Sanders and I talked about that yesterday, and so just want to let everybody know that that's going to be happening. That is that. But this, I do have one other thing, but I'm going to save it for a little bit later. But that's it from the mayor's report. So next, we're moving on to new business, and first up is Mr. Walker with some 4397 Main Street proposal.
Yes, I'd like to offer a resolution for the purchase of real property located at 4397 Main Street.
Is there a second?
Second?
Motion and a second. So basically, this is we have an opportunity here to purchase a piece of property that is adjoining to the Rock School Center complex over there. Certainly, it's difficult to get property that's next door to a significant asset of the city. This has become available here recently, and so as a result, we've done our due diligence and everything on this and been working behind the scenes with Mr. Black to make all this happen. So, Mr. Sanders, do you have anything you want to share on this particular piece?
Yeah.
I think Brad did.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, this is something that has been in process for quite some time, even during Mayor Cochran's tenure. So it's been in progress, and there's been some legalities that have been overcome, and we have the opportunity to purchase that property and be a significant asset to the city. So
If you happen to find yourself sitting next door to City of Pinson property, you might be being spied at any time, because we might be looking, just as we did when we purchased the property here next door. So, again, if the properties become available, then it's something that we certainly want to take a look at that time. So, any other comments, concerns, questions, whatever on that? Just as a matter of reference there, we had a full appraisal done of the property and all that sort of jazz, and so again, this was not some figure pulled out of the air by the owner or anything like that. So,
Will be very helpful. Some of you know Rock School Reunion, Veterans Day, we run short of parking, so this will be a nice, potentially green space, overflow parking for that complex. So
correct. All right, so that being said, Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call vote on the purchase?
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. And that resolution passes unanimously as 25-24. That resolution also authorizes me to, as the mayor, to work on through the actual purchase. Mr. Black, I'm sure your folks will be very much involved in the closing documentation and all that sort of stuff. Did you have anything you needed to share about that sort of thing, or? No. It's pretty perfunctory at this time, so, great. Next is Mr. Walker again on some internet proposal that we got.
Yes, I would like to offer a resolution authorizing the mayor to renew our Spectrum internet service.
Second.
Motion and a second there. So during the pre-council, Mr. Winfrey came up and explained. We learned a lot of new, for those that are not tech savvy, we learned some new acronyms and some new speed and some the network topography here in the city of Pinson and how all that works. And a few people caught on to the fact that the phones sometimes don't work right, and this might fix it. So I think that right there was a key thing. So But basically, this is not a very significant change in the monthly billing. I think it came out to $46 a month, but should allow us to dramatically increase the download and upload speeds there for the city's internet.
Yeah, it'll help with our security of our data that we store here. That will be moving to a secure cloud server. It'll also help the increased speed that we're getting for the same $46 extra dollars a month. Will help with our citywide internet for the public as well, so.
Excellent. This was not on the agenda beforehand, so Madam Clerk, we need a unanimous consent to consider first, if that's okay.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. And so that being said, now we'll call for a roll call vote concerning the actual resolution.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. And that doesn't have a resolution number, but I don't know that it needs to have one there.
Yeah,
Madam
the
Clerk.
record should probably reflect that was just a motion.
Okay,
I think, wouldn't that be correct, Mr. Black?
Yes.
Okay.
okay. Let's see here. All right, next up is, and I did not write down who, but I know someone mentioned it concerning the, Mr. Sanders, was it you concerning the parking lot striping?
Yes, yeah, I would like to offer a motion for immediate consideration and consent to proceed with assorted parking, track, sealing and striping and repair at Bicentennial Park as well as the Rock School in the amount of $54,300.
Second.
Pretty good over there. All right, first off, Madam Clerk, unanimous consent to consider.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. So again, we talked about this in the pre-council, but basically what we've got is we got the parking lots over at the Bicentennial and over at the Rock School complex that need to be resealed. And of course, once you seal them, you need to put new striping down so everybody knows where to park. So this basically would do that. In addition to on our walking track over at the Bicentennial Park, there's some places over there due to mostly few erosion spots, but some of them is just due to root growth has caused some damage in a few places there along the edges where it's fallen off. It's a bit of a trip hazard. So this would allow us to be able to make these repairs too. So pretty much this is maintenance schedule, I believe would be the best way to describe it, that needs to be done. So this is a good idea to go ahead and knock this on out, even though we didn't have it, because I'm not sure how temperature dependent that is, but I do know on a lot of the paving, we end up having to sit around waiting for not too hot, not too cold at night, all this sort of jazz. So hopefully this will give them a nice window here during the fall to get that knocked on out. So
Yeah, 40 degrees and rising is what you like. But-
right now we're in a good band.
Yes, so that would be helpful potentially.
All right, great. So, Madam Clerk, roll call on the striping resolution. Well, there's a motion for the striping.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
And yes on that. All right. Next, Mr. Sanders, again, concerning the Pride of the Valley competition.
Yes, second only to the Butterbean is the Pride of the Valley for drawing visitors in the city. That will be September 27th, and as has been done for some cycles, I would move that we provide and fund public safety and public works, fire medical for that event for Pinson Valley High School.
Is there a second?
Second.
You got it.
You beat
Stop this.
Just
All
want to
right.
keep you on your feet.
So, this is basically something, again, we mentioned in the pre-council. Mr. Sherritt put that into the budget that we approved earlier. We had that included in there. So again, this is a budgeted item. Again, we haven't always done it, but we've done it at least the last 2 years. We have covered that. Again, as Mr. Sanders mentioned, this is has a nice impact on the city. Obviously, we bring in a lot of visitors from around the state who
Around the
actually
state.
come in on that
Yeah.
thing. I had the opportunity last year to actually ride around with Mr. Sanders while the event was going on. He took me on a nice tour, got to meet some of the folks that were over there, and I mean, some of that stuff was like collegiate. They had giant
It's impressive.
18-wheeler trucks
It's
in.
impressive,
If-
yes.
If you don't know, Pride of the Valley's kind of a big deal.
It is, and the amount of positive feedback that I heard personally up there, by the way that the band runs that, and the warm welcome that we give, the smoothness of the operation, it's like a well-oiled machine up there on that. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the new band leadership will run it as smoothly as you did in the past few years, but you just haven't seen, if we could get Mr. Sanders to direct some of the traffic at the local drive-throughs as efficiently as he does the giant school bus loads that come in and out of that place, we'd be getting our orders done in a fraction of the time is what it is before. So, again, it's a very nice event. Folks come and eat at our restaurants, they tour our city, they get to meet our people, and it's big.
Well, it is, and we couldn't do it for, and the city's participation actually goes, I have kind of lost track. It dates back several years. We could not do it without the public safety and the medical staff. Won't bore too much, but you have that many people in a single spot, you'll have some medical needs. And when the fire departments are there and EMS, and some of them are completely unrelated to the marchers and the people. We've had patrons that come and at times have been better off because they had their emergency there with paramedics essentially steps away and not miles. So any rate, it could not be done without the fine job that public safety and Palmerdale and those that they enlist to staff it. And fortunately, we have many needs in our school, but one good thing, Pinson Valley High School is reasonably level. If you travel around to other schools in the area, like I know Mr. Walker has, Mr. Roberts, some schools, it would just not be possible because of the topography. And so we have really a good setup because it's level to flow. And I'll go ahead as the former president, if you would like to pull a wagon, flip a burger, move a drum major stand, they have a spot for you. So see me after the meeting and I'll get you in touch with someone who can put you in the right volunteer group. There is a job for everyone directing buses, just all the things anything that you can imagine. They would love to have some more community help with that. So
Yeah,
Thank you.
these shows are quite elaborate that they do there, and many of them have giant props that they bring in and all. I had not thought about that till you just said it, but yeah, based on some of that, a runaway giant prop would be certainly a hazard.
yeah,
So we're in good
it's
shape.
really for geography and topography. We have a great setup because
This
it's
is
more
a-
or less level.
There's more folks here at this thing than just even a large football game, because what happens is that they have different categories based on the size of the school, and so they have a continuous, some people stay for the whole event, but others are there strictly for their particular group, I guess is what it is. So they've got turnover going on at the place. So I don't know what it is, but it's probably 2 or 3 times the total crowd.
Somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 if you count the band attendees, depending on the year and take this the way I mean it, who's competing, what other competitions might be that day, but somewhere 5 to 7, depending on including the marchers, including and the chaperones and all those people that come. That's right.
We
We're
know you
gonna
need
ha-
volunteers.
Absolutely.
Volunteers, everyone.
Okay,
remember
so
that.
there's a spot for you if you're interested in equipment or whatever.
Can we reiterate the date and time? for that
September
for everyone?
27th. September 27th.
Just
So,
around the corner.
September 27th, folks.
So.
Be there or be square.
That's
I need
right.
to reach out to Governor Ivy and tell her to stop letting these other bands have events on September 27th this year.
That's
so that we
right.
can have an exclusive.
That's
All
right.
right, great.
Need a vote.
Yeah, so you did, we got the second now? Okay. All in favor of this motion concerning providing public safety and public works for Pride of the Valley, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And so we'll go ahead and move forward with that. Next up is, we've got a triple play here by Ms. Irvin concerning some events that are coming up, some of which will, that will be occurring after this council finishes their term, but yet we want to go ahead and get these things set up for the next group that's coming in. You can't wait around on some of this, all the good dates end up slipping away. So, Ms. Irvin, I'll let you pull them out as you see fit, so.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would like to offer a resolution declaring October 16th Pink Out Day for the city of Pinson.
Well, we don't have a resolution prepared, but
Motion.
Motion. I want to make sure.
what's the date again? I'm sorry.
October 16th.
Thank you.
So on that day will be we've traditionally called, you may want to change the name, I'm not sure, but we've called it Turn Pinson Pink, I think.
Pink
That's
Pinson
I
correct.
thought it was Pink Out. No, Pink Out is at school, so sorry. Thought I was at the.
Paint Pinson.
Pinson Pink.
It's the PPP there, I guess, so. All right. Any discussion
Second.
about that? Motion is second.
I was about to ask.
I think we discussed it beforehand, so all in favor of the 16th for that, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we will, everyone be ready on the 16th for Breast Cancer Awareness Day here in Pinson.
My second runner-up, we are having our Veterans Day lunch on November the 11th, of course. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I would like to offer a motion to cover the expenses for the Veterans Day lunch in the amount of $5,000.
Second?
Second.
So we've got a motion and a second there on that. Again, that, the plan is to, we had some feedback. We've had a band there the last few years. We thought we'd give that a breather based on the feedback from the veterans themselves. So they're going to be looking for a featured speaker this year, but they still want to have some small token gifts and then the food brought in from the same place we had last year, which was a big hit. So that's basically what the 5,000 is for. So, any other comments or thoughts on that? It's very popular. There's throughout the year we continuously get appreciation back from folks concerning the Veterans Day celebration. So it's great to see that continue. So all in favor of approving that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So we're good for that budget. Eric, you and the team can have at it on making those orders. One more.
Lastly, I would like to let everyone know we will be having our Christmas parade on December the 5th at 6 p.m. If we are rained out, the backup day will be the following Monday, and the theme this year will be 'Tis the Season.
'Tis the season. That's a motion. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Motion and second on 'Tis the season, so which provides a lot of flexibility for the participants, but we're letting you know early so that people start grafting up those nice floats and everything, so.
And as a note, the backup date, should weather be inclement, will be Monday, December 8th.
Correct.
Thank you. I didn't know what the date
Gotcha.
Which we got that down because it never fails on the 4th. Something looks a little dicey when we start running around going, okay, what can we do? So we're going to go ahead and announce in advance what that's going to be. All right. I'm sorry. It's going to be cold?
It may be cold.
It may be. Some
good.
years it's been very chilly and other years it's
That's good.
not been so cold, so you never know.
Well
That
said.
makes it feel more Christmas.
That's right. All right, all in favor of setting the Christmas parade on December 5th, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And so we are good for the 5th of December. All right, let's see here. Was there anything from any department heads that need to be brought forward? So I think we're looking good back there. We heard plenty from them earlier. The accounting staff is definitely excited about making it through the audit report, so. And Eric's excited about all the different things we just approved for him. All right, before I go on to any public comment, I do have a letter here that that's been given to me and the clerk concerning an item that's coming forward. Back on, let's see, Tuesday it was. We had a special meeting here at City Hall where we canvassed for the election results. As everyone knows, we had winners in, let's see, 2 had no opposition, so they've already been declared. 3 others were decided at the polls a little over a week ago, and then we had 1 race that a runoff has been declared in that for the seat number 5. Concerning that particular seat, and Mr. Black, if you need to say anything afterwards, this will be fine. I have a letter here from Ms. Kirkland concerning that. Dear Mayor Roberts and City Clerk Marie Turner. She says, please accept this written notice that I hereby withdraw as a candidate for the office of Pinson City Council, place number 5. I made this decision upon consideration of the city's additional expense for holding the runoff election and also my strong desire to spend more time with my family. I've been blessed to have served as mayor in Inglis, Florida, and as a council member for the city of Pinson, and have always tried to make sure the citizens' money was spent wisely. I'm very thankful for the opportunity, and I wish only the best for the city of Pinson going forward. Regards, Glenda Kirkland. So, Glenda, before I let you say anything, I want to say that as a citizen here in Pinson, I appreciate your desire to save the citizens somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000, given your thought process through this. And I know that that'll be greatly appreciated. I'm sure your opponent will appreciate having the next 3 weeks to concentrate on learning more about being a city councilman rather than running around finding good locations for signs like we all have. So it's always been a lot of fun there on that. I just want to say, and I'll say more as we, later next month perhaps, as we wind down our time serving together, but I just want to say that I really appreciate what you've done here during your time. I really believe that the citizens have been blessed by you having served on this council. Folks will never know how much input you gave and how much dedication you gave during that time. You certainly have got a great family, plenty of opportunity to be able to do many other things, and you were willing to share a lot of that time. Many hours of which sharing them with me, trying to help keep me on the straight path too. So I really appreciate that a whole lot.
Thank you.
Again, I just appreciate that a lot.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you especially for being one of the individuals who gave me the opportunity to serve as the mayor, and I thank you very much.
Indeed, a very selfless act to save,
Yes.
putting the city forward, thinking about that, so that's.
Much
I'm at a loss
appreciated.
for a moment. Yes, Mr. Yes.
As much appreciated, yeah.
Thank you. It'll be spent, it's much more, spent wisely, much like this way.
Yep, I agree.
I've had a good, wonderful time, and I've enjoyed it, but it's time for me to move on and enjoy myself. And my daughter in Florida, she's watching now. She's telling me I better say this. If I ever step foot in another city hall meeting, she will have me committed. Because all I have to do is go in one and hear something, and then it just gets going.
Well, no, you never know. There might be a BZA or planning commission, or would she hit me for that? So, oh, the husband's saying no. I thought, uh-oh, somebody's heckling me from the back. So, okay, all right, okay.
I'd just like to say also that I think she's done a great job for the city. A lot of things that's been done has been at her efforts to get forward and do things up. And, you know, I've sat beside of her here for about 5 years. So anyway, I think she's done a good job, and we will miss you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'll miss all of you guys. But maybe I'll be back in here. I may take Hood up on, if my daughter's not listening.
Well, Glenda, we'll have some more free time, so perhaps we can get together and discuss. So, Glenda's a world traveler, as I've been, and so we'd like to talk about some other things. So we'll have more time to discuss various locales to go check things out at. So we'll let other folks worry about these problems.
Okay.
Okay, that being said, if there's anyone from the public that would like to speak, this is a chance. Yes, sir.
Yeah, make sure he's set, Bob, on the mic. I don't know if it's timed out or not.
Yes, that's
And
right.
pass it down.
All right. Mr. Terry, before you speak, in light of this letter that's come forward, the clerk has just presented me with another, take one, pass it down, with another resolution concerning the election results. Of course, we worked on the ones for the those that were determined on Tuesday. This is basically a continuation in light of Ms. Kirkland's conceding of the race. So would someone like to offer this resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Oh,
See, you can't stay away.
I know
We
it.
better have Ms. Kirkland.
I'm gonna
on the
have her
record as
second.
that on that, just so she can show her kinfolk
right.
that particular aspect. So basically here it says, whereas on September the 2nd, the Pinson City Council canvassed the election for the City Council Place Number 5 and declared that there will be a runoff election between Glenda Kirkland and Noel Holt on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. And whereas Glenda Kirkland has since presented Mayor Roberts with a written notice of her withdrawal as a candidate for the office of City Council Place 5, and whereas 11-46-55 subparagraph E of the Code of Alabama provides that in the event that one of the candidates for a particular office in a runoff election withdraws, then there need not be a second or runoff election to fill the office. Therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Pinson, Alabama, while at a regular meeting on Thursday, September the 4th, 2025, as follows. In light of Ms. Kirkland's withdrawal as a candidate for Place 5, there shall not be a runoff election held for the City Council Place Number 5. Consequently, Noel Holt is hereby declared to be duly elected to the office of Pinson City Council Place Number 5 in the City of Pinson, Alabama, for the term commencing on the first Monday of November 2025. Therefore, a certificate of election shall be entered by the Pinson City Council declaring the election of Noel Holt to such office. We have a motion and a second. Any other comments? Did we do roll call on those on Tuesday? Yes.
We did, but we may need to do unanimous consent
Okay.
on this one.
We'll go ahead and do unanimous consent.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. So now go ahead and give me a roll call vote on the resolution.
Counselor Irvin?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Sanders?
Yes.
Counselor Churchwell?
Yes.
Counselor Kirkland?
Yes.
Mayor Roberts?
Yes. And that resolution passes unanimously as 25-25. Nice round number.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'd like to say congratulations to Mr. Holt, and
Yes, congratulations.
look forward to seeing you in the office, too. You and all the other candidates, which we spoke about back on Tuesday. So, okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Little extra bookkeeping.
I'm going in Terry, 5455 Miles Spring Road. I wanted to come early. I know we got a couple of months to go before the new council comes in, but I'm going through chemo treatments right now, and I don't know how much longer I'll be able to come to the council meeting because I've been having some real bad days. But I just want to come and say thanks to Ms. Irvin for serving on the council for, what, 3 years, 4 years? I just appreciate you being able to serve on the council. And good luck to you, and may God bless you.
Thank you.
Robbie, you and I go back a while. I was reminiscing today, sitting in my recliner, when you called me and says, Dorling, I'm going to run for city council. Will you support me? 2 hours later, I said yes. That is about the truth, Robbie. But I appreciate you, and you're a good friend, and you can go and sit in the recliner too and enjoy it. This guy right here, John Churchill, he and I go back, we've been friends for 55 years. And he's a good friend. He's been a good counselor. We saw some good, I think I can truthfully say, other than 2017 when I was in the hospital for 6 months, I think I can truly say that maybe I've missed 5 council meetings in that time.
Wow.
We've had some good council meetings, John. We had some fiery council meetings, and we've had some short council meetings, and we've had some long council meetings. But I appreciate the 22 years, is that what you've served here?
21.
21? 21 years. You're a true patriot.
Thank you.
You got the grit. And I appreciate you being my friend. This lady right here, I've known probably 6 or 7 years, ever how long, maybe longer, ever since she and Greg moved down Miles Spring Road. They took a trailer at that particular time that was ready for us to take down, and they've got a beautiful place down there. When she decided to run for council, I put up signs. I put them on the right-of-way. I got permission to put them on the right-of-way. And we got out there and beat the bushes, and we elected her for the first time. But I've got something that I want to read, and I won't try to say it. Glenda, when you found out what the cost to the city of Pinson for the runoff, you put the city first and not your own agenda. By taking your name off of the ballot, I believe this is an example of being a true patriot. When I told my daughter what you were doing, she said, Dad, she has class. Last fall, on one of your visits, when Levy was in such bad shape, and I'd like to say one thing, her and Greg, it's hard to go through losing someone. And I've got good friends like her and Greg and Barry and Faye that checks on me almost every day or every other day, and they come by to see me once a week. Last fall, one of your visits, checking on Levy and I, when you left, she asked who you were. Y'all give me just a minute, okay? I told her you were our friend and our councilwoman. Her answer to that was, she has got a lot of class. I thank you for serving. I want you to also know that I agree with my daughter and I agree with my wife. You are one more classy lady. Thank you for serving, and God bless you and your family.
Thank you, Dora. Thank you very much. But I want to tell you one thing. when I came here, when you came and met me, I was out there working on the side of my pasture, minding my own business. And you came up and you started talking to me, and then when you found out I was a mayor once, you said, "You want to run for council?" That's how it started. Then you came back again. So, but thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Let's all give them a hand. All of them, everyone up. Brad, you and Hoyt, y'all still around.
We'll try to keep the wheels on the bus.
That's right.
You better.
So I want to know, were you using notes when you were talking to her about running for office? Were you using some notes from that 2-hour lecture I gave you years before?
Talked to her 2 hours.
Okay. We do. Bill, please state your full name and address for our clerk.
Bill Dooley, 8211 Brookwood Road, Pinson, Alabama. I want to say thank you, Mayor Roberts, for your quick attention to that road that I live on. Lightning struck a tree and burned half the tree, then that lightning went down and went this way and went that way and just tore our water lines up. And so we had to have Birmingham Waterworks. They come out on a cold, rainy night and stayed out there all night long to fix it. But during that time, the road, especially right there in front of my house, was tore up. And then around the curve, it was tore up there, not because of lightning, but it's been like that way. That road needs paving. That road hadn't been paved since Moby Dick was a sardine. Now, how long is that? So, but anyway, the mayor, he fixed it where we could go by and not have all this blood. And I want to say thank you and God bless you. Now, no, I'm depending on you. He lives on the same road. I'm depending on you to pave the whole darn road. I know you do your best. But anyway, thank you and congratulations to the new mayor. Maybe I can finish the road too. But Robbie, I appreciate you, and you done me a big favor that day. May God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate your prayers. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks. So basically, Bill invited me to come up here and said, "Hey, Robert, we got a problem with the road up here." And so, of course, we've got problems with a lot of roads in this place. And so it's another Jefferson County maintenance thing. I went up there and I said, "Whoa, this one's going to be hard to skip because there is no pavement in places. There's just dirt." So very nice folks over at Ketona. They were very receptive in your case to come on up and actually get on it. And I appreciate the fact that they went on up there and got that straightened out in a hurry. I hope they didn't do too good a job, Bill, because when they do too good a job, everybody comes back and wants speed calming devices. So you'll want speed breakers here no matter if they did too good a job. So hopefully it's good enough to get through without getting stuck in the mud anymore. So thanks. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sandra, Sandra Hendricks. I live at 485 Heritage Place. I was asked to come, this is my first time, Ms. Kirkland, to ever attend a city council member meeting, but I'm probably pretty sure I'll be back, so, because you kind of get the bug, I see what you're talking about. I live on Heritage Place, which are the townhomes right here close to Jack's. These homes are individually owned, but however, a lot of the units are rented. There are, I think there's more rental units than there are actual landlords living in the units. I can't, do that for sure. We have had several problems on there. One of them has been dumping. People have been dumping, they move out, and the city owns on the other side of the street, adjacent to the park. So they're dumping on city property there. And it goes for weeks and weeks and weeks, and is never addressed. We've had issues with abandoned vehicles. One of them has been removed already. We still have one on the street. I lost a good friend back in March. Her unit burned and she died in the fire. I was in touch with her family for a while, and then all of a sudden communication just kind of stopped. So I don't know what's going on with the unit. All I know is it's wide open. It's not boarded up. Anybody, people, animals, can go in that unit. I would think that it's a hazard for anybody, because the unit is totally gutted. We also have some people on the street that have been living there. I'll be there 7 years this coming December. And these people have been living there as long as I have. And in the entire time, they do not have running water or electricity in their unit. In fact, he got caught stealing electricity from one of our other neighbors. He was running a orange cord around to the back of the unit and hooking up to their power. Well, she called the sheriffs on him. I don't know what the results of that were. But we've got a lot of issues with just garbage. Our street just looks horrible. And I know that's probably nothing that we can do anything about because of the renters. When they move out, they don't care. They're gone. But it seems like the landlords could be held accountable when they leave all this garbage on our streets and everything. My other thing is, back when the unit burned and the fire department was there, I don't know who owns the wooded property behind our units down there, but the underbrush, everything is so grown up. We have tons of dead trees that have fallen on several of our units that we had to, at our expense, our insurance paid to have our repairs done. To me, it's just a fire hazard for the city. I mean, that's right there between Clay and Heritage Place. You'd think that somebody would get all that, because I was scared to death while that unit was burning, because they got me out of my unit because they were afraid the fires were going to jump. I was afraid it was going to jump into the woods. And if that had gone up in flames, we'd have all lost our homes. I really believe that. So that's what I had to say. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, we've been down at Heritage Place here during the campaign. I happened to find myself down there and saw some of that firsthand. The lady's absolutely correct. It's been abysmal what some people have done down there, illegally dumping across from these people's homes. The Public Works Department has been there. Eric would have to tell us, but Eric, is it once every 2 to 3 weeks now you guys are having to get a full load out of that place at taxpayer expense? It's quite frustrating. Something needs to be done. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to catch these folks, but if anybody sees anybody doing this, we certainly would appreciate letting law enforcement know about it, because what they're doing is wrong. I do appreciate Public Works going out there and cleaning it up again just last week, I believe.
Yes, I wanted to thank them for that.
Yes. And then, Chris, we got the deputies have marked both those vehicles, and she just said one of them was already gone. So. Okay. So once the 10 days has lapsed, the owners have 10 days to remove it. After that if they have not removed it themselves, then they will actually be towed off at that time. So we're getting close to the 10 days, so it won't be long. Excellent. So you should be able to see that and at least see clear over there for a few days anyway, till the next chaos occurs. Now, on the 2 units that are closed, I believe the one where your friend passed away and burned, and I think the one next door to it also suffered some damage.
But she's moving back in. She's having, all her repairs are being done. She's
Correct.
gonna be moving back in.
So I spoke with Howell about this a couple of days ago, and they actually have building permits on both those places, and so both the units are being renovated and repaired. So that's one reason why you haven't seen it boarded up and all, is because they're actually gonna be completely redoing that. So the bad news is I hope nobody it does have the tapes and stuff up, I think, to warn people not to go wondering, but they need to, but the good news is it'll be coming back to being something nice. Ms. Thompson, I saw your hand, or were you just pointing at it? Okay, sorry. Okay. Was there anyone else? If
And
not,
just
sorry.
real quick, shout out for our first responders. You know how much we love them in Pinson and try to support them. First responders, 9 a.m. Sunday, September 7th, Pinson First Baptist Church. We're having a recognition for our first responders. Please come out and enjoy yourself. Enjoy some good cooking.
What are you cooking, Hoyt?
I think I'm in charge of grits. I don't know. It'll be a rather broad effort, so it'll be good, whatever it is. So,
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
second.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are hereby adjourned at 8:17 p.m.
Do me a favor.